Revelation 2850. From the 14th and the 15th of August 1943. God demands faith and predictions. Drop all misgivings and believe without doubt what I announce to you through my word. It is of utmost importance that you, who are to pass on my word, are fully convinced of the truth yourselves, for only then can you support it if there is no doubt in you, if you yourselves have profound faith in me and my word. What I announce to you is intended for the whole of humanity, for I don't want to warn and admonish the individual person, but through a human being I want to speak to everyone and point out to them the time of the approaching end. I want to announce to them what I have planned since eternity. I want to give them time and opportunity to prepare themselves for this end, and therefore I send my messengers to meet them who are to announce to people what I have decided. And thus I also have to mention the coming event. I have to predict to people the change in their living conditions and therefore give individual people the ability to see into the future and to indicate what is coming, because I want people to keep the near end in mind and now diligently work on their souls, that is to strive for their perfection through a life pleasing to me. And that is why I give a description of what is coming through my word, through the voice of the Spirit. I announce a natural disaster, the extent of which signifies a complete change of living conditions and which will therefore have an unimaginable effect. And those to whom I give notice of it are to pass it on, they are to speak about it to everyone without shyness and without hesitation, they are to impress upon everyone that every day can bring the event and that people are facing a great experience. They are no longer to give them a long time but announce the disaster as imminent. They are to keep themselves ready daily and hourly so that they are able to take up their teaching ministry at any time when the great shaking of the earth has taken place, and they should not shy away from threats of whatever kind, for it is my will that humanity receives information, it is my will that people agree to point it out to their fellow human beings. And therefore I instruct my servants truthfully so that they can commit themselves to it in profound faith, and therefore I don't speak to them in pictures but I clearly and comprehensibly give an account of the events which can be passed on just as clearly and comprehensibly as soon as the person has the right faith who is assigned the task of conveying my announcements to fellow human beings. For it is my will that it should be openly spoken of, since this is the only way to inform humanity of what is coming, which is inevitable because humanity's spiritual hardship requires it. The faith in my word must be profound and unshakable in you so that I myself can speak through you. For if you believe, you will only speak what my Spirit gives you, and thus I myself can speak through you. But if your faith is shallow, you will only speak timidly, and then it will also remain without effect with those who hear you. But they shall be warned through you, they shall think about it and reflect on themselves, they shall consider the possibility of a natural disaster even if they are not convinced of it, so that, if it occurs, they will turn their thoughts towards me and recognize me in it. I want you to speak and point it out to people. I want you to drop all misgivings, I want you to abide by my words yourselves and believe them, for only a profoundly devout person can stand up for what my Spirit has inspired in him with the right zeal. But faith has to be gained in prayer, it has to be striven for with a firm will, the human being has to completely hand his heart over to me without any resistance so that I can work in him. The human being must feel my love, he must know that I do not mislead people but want to bring them the truth and that I protect those who desire me from error. And I am only concerned to pull humanity out of error and to convey the truth to them in return. But the thinking of those who believe that they can continue their earthly life unhindered without faith in me and without faith in a future responsibility before me is misguided. I seek to correct this error. And therefore I send admonishers to humanity who are to draw their attention and announce to them a proof of my power and strength, but also of my love. For only what has been announced to them beforehand can persuade them to believe in me. And therefore the coming event has to be mentioned. Time and again you should speak about the fact that I will express myself through a natural disaster to prove that I am and control all people's destiny, so that they will come to recognize me myself if they are not stubborn and incorrigible. My love determines me to draw humanity's attention to this, yet for the latter I have to make use of willing people so as not to restrict people's freedom of faith. But these shall speak instead of me, they shall listen to me and then pass on my word, for I convey the truth to them which shall be conveyed to their fellow human beings through them. Amen.